Stick around to the end of the video to see a very special holiday My Hero Academia announcement. Hello there, my fandom friends! If you love the holiday season and My Hero Academia, you are in the right place. This holiday season, my friends and I decided to do a fun My Hero Academia photo shoot with the main 4 characters, Deku, Bakugo, Shoto, and Uraka. But we are here today for me to explain how I made my holiday Deku cosplay. Now, this is an original idea that I just created myself. I really wanted to create an elf version. I thought that that kind of summed his character up. I went to an event, I had a big stack of presents that I handed out to people. Everyone had a great time, and so today I wanted to explain how I made the cosplay. So that is what we're going to be jumping right into. If you have any questions about it, feel free to let me know in the comments, and I have a very special announcement at the end of the video. Let's get into it. Jumping right in, I chose the fabric. So I chose a simple red color contrasted with the pattern of this kind of Christmassy green. I wanted green to be the majority and the focus of this apron design because that's the color I think of when I associate it with Deku. So then I basically just pinned all of the sides. I pinned and cut that red piece of fabric to the top to show off the pattern there. And then what I did is I went through, I used a black fabric to sew everything. I used my sewing machine for this part, and basically what I did is I just went around the entire thing, even onto the red. I chose black fabric because I wanted there to be a distinguished black edge around the entire apron instead of just the color that blends in. So that was a very strategic move that I chose to do. Next up, I chose this really fun frilly red design that I basically just zigzagged back and forth onto that red kind of zigzag on the top of the apron and then just pinned all of that down so it was easier to sew. I sewed all of the red ruffles down using red string in my sewing machine and basically just went back and forth where those zigzags are. This was probably the most time-consuming part of this cosplay. I used the same red ruffled material and added it to the very bottom of the apron and sewed that down, so I just cut 2 of the same length of that and then kind of made them overlap and then sewed them to the bottom, as you can see. Moving on to the pockets I made, I wanted these to be functional, so I purposely measured around the same size as my phone and other things I wanted to place inside the pocket and just cut out a rectangular shape from that. And then what I did is I curled the edges of all 4 sides, as you can see, and then what I'm going to do is sew them to the apron, but first I pinned them down to help out, and then where my fingers are here is where I kept it purposely open. And then again, I added more of the red rufflies to the bottom. And so there's the final product of what the pockets look like. Again, you can see that I left one side open so that they are functional. I then got out my stretchy white elastic fabric to sew to the sides so that I could tie it around my body, as well as the neck part, which is what I'm showing off here. And so what I did is I just measured about where I wanted the apron to sit on my body and then sewed both of those sides down. I did a couple different layers so that it was sturdy. I did the same exact thing to the sides, of course keeping those untied because those will be tied when it's around my body as opposed to when it's off. The final detail of the apron was these little green and red bells, which I just tied onto each of those zigzags, and I just went back and forth starting with green, red, and then I also added those at the bottom. Lastly, to tie the rest of my outfit together, this is the shirt that I used. I got this off of Amazon. It was actually a size large in kids. Then I took these kind of white fluff things to just put around my arms for extra decoration and detail. Of course, these really cool plaid pants, and then this really cool elf hat that I also got on Amazon. I liked it because it had the green tip at the end, just like Deku from the anime, and then it came with a cute little charm. That thing kind of fell apart really easy. And then since I was kind of doing an elf version, I of course had to wear elf ears, and then to tie it all off with black boots and these white leg warmers and a white scarf. that is how I made my holiday elf version of DEKU this holiday season. I absolutely loved it. It took me probably like a day or two to fully make with everything. I had never made an apron before, so I didn't totally know what I was doing, but I just kind of figured it out along the way and had a really good time. Again, if you have any questions about how I made certain things or if I do a different version, anything of the sort, feel free to let me know in the comments. This holiday season, specifically on December 24th, Christmas Eve, I will be dropping my very first music video. This music video is going to be surrounded around the kind of Christmas holiday season of DEKU, myself cosplaying the kind of version I just talked about in this video, along with 3 of my friends who have made a really fun Christmas edit. The whole thing is edited by me, directed by me and my boyfriend who cosplays Bakugo in the video, and we had an amazing photographer who got some awesome shots that I'm very excited to share. I'm currently in the process of finalizing everything, and it is ready again to drop on December 24th. So get ready for that special video. I'm very excited to share my first music video, and I hope you are just as excited as me. Once again, thank you so much for all your support. I hope you enjoyed watching me make this cosplay and sticking around for the special announcement. I will see you next time for my very special music video coming out in just a couple of days. See you then. Bye!